Good morning, everybody. You know who? We're down by the Thompson River here in Kamloops, out by the airport. If you're familiar with it, on your way to the airport, you make a left-hand turn, kind of at the end of the runway, and there's a little parking area, and then there's a trail. It's part of the Trans-Canada Trail. I'm out on the sand, trying to walk it off, if you know what I mean. More walk therapy, right? I think a lot of people do it for the same reason. Trying to make some sense out of this world, right? For me, the only time it makes any sense to me is when I try and live in the moment. You know what I mean? I think you do. But it's beautiful out here right now. The sun's coming up. Very cold and windy, but at times here I seem to be able to get out of the wind a little bit. It's early, man. I don't even know how early it is, but it's early. But we're going to keep walking until we feel okay. So I bought an extra battery pack with me. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? 2 extra batteries. I know there's other people feel the same way. So let me catch you in the next clip here. I'm going to turn it off. I still might have to save battery. She's going to be a long walk. Whew, that's windy and cold. Who dat over there? The sand is good exercise. Low impact, but a good slip. Feels good on the feet to dig in. Man, it's windy. The sand is actually just blowing. The sand's blowing, man, but it's beautiful out here. Isn't that funny? Sometimes the most beautiful spots are the most extreme. You know? When I was in Thailand, it was the heat and everything, and here it's the cold and the wind. It's I gotta check the date, but it's the middle of the week. That's all I know. There's the river, everybody. The Thompson River. Can you hear the water over the wind? Or the wind over the water? I got my toucan sweatpants and thicker socks. I don't want to get wet feet. But, and my vest under this fleece coat and gloves. I could have dressed a little warmer, I think. But I'm hoping the wind dies down a little bit. I could have stayed in the shelter of the trees, but I really wanted to take a look at the river. She's a full-blown therapy walk. Got to walk fast just to stay warm. Sometimes all you got to do, you just want to feel alive. You know? Anybody ever been estranged before? You know what I'm saying? Estranged? Outcast? You know what I'm saying? Where your family cuts all ties with you? I know I'm not alone in that. And it's some people cope with alcohol and drugs or whatever they have to deal with the loneliness and the fact that you know, unanswered calls, unanswered texts happens to a lot of people. And most people don't know why it's happening. They don't want it to happen, but it happens. And my heart goes out to all you people out there. You know, it's been a big part of a lot of people's lives for a long time. And it's incredibly painful if it's happening to you, right? It's I know people, they say, you know, they're usually their last, you know, I don't know, some people say it's boundaries or whatever, but you swear, you know, sometimes people are trying to kill you because that's what it can feel like. Don't turn to drugs and alcohol to cope. I know from experience, it doesn't make things any better. And work on yourself. Like I said before in other videos, some people aren't interested in your well-being. They're just, they want to hurt you. You know, they want you dead almost. You know what I'm saying? But this video isn't meant to single anybody out. It's meant to make people feel less alone and less hurt. If anybody's watching this, that's why we call it a therapy walk, right? A therapy video. I'd like to think it helps somebody not feel quite as alone. Don't give up on yourself because other people have given up on you. That's old man advice for you. Don't give up on yourself. Sorry. You ever do that? Or you got to do the honk honk? Man, we run out of sand here pretty quick. Look at this. Oh, some dog or coyote running out there. Who knows? There's probably somebody back there with the dog. They seem to be everywhere. There's a difference between dog and cat people, isn't there? A real big difference. I'm too cold to try and explain it right now. How about I just turn the camera off for a sec? Look at this water. I don't want to get my feet wet. And it is splashing up here. Hold on. Well, we're looking down at, that's Kamloops Lake down that way. It's kind of as far as the eye can see. And that sort of mistiness that you see is actually sand blowing. It's kind of hard to walk along the shore here. I'm going to work my way back up to the trail. I'm going to see, we started from over here. We started at the bottom, now we're here. And we're going to go this way. Up, up, up through the woods here. Up through here. We're going to follow this little trail. Okay? So, what do you guys think when family members sort of get cast aside? What are your thoughts on that? It's never pleasant when you're the one, you know. But it happens in lots of families. It's not something that some of us would ever do, you know, myself included. But some people just aren't interested, right? You try and reach out to people. You try and maybe create bonds or repair bonds, and you get ghosted, right? From people that should be your closest allies. I just just hold on is what I say, right? I've just stepped back for a while. And I'll tell you one thing, it's not your fault, my friends. It's not your fault. It's not your fault. There's no excuse in the world to treat people like that. Don't ever think it's your fault. It's wrong. Some people, that's all they know how to do. They just like to see other people suffer, right? Don't retaliate. Wow, did you guys see that bird? That's a woodpecker. He's got a red head on him. It's like nature. It's here to heal us again, right? Never disappoints, does it? Let me try and get this on the big head zoom for you. Well, he's a wonderful bird, but I mean, I just don't have enough zoom. He was right on the ground. There he is. You see his red head? You probably can't see him, but he's on that tree. Now he's on that tree. He went over to that tree. Red-headed woodpecker. That's Woody Woodpecker, man. Sounds like there's more of them in here too. Okay, enough, Barry. Let's keep walking. We're finally out of the wind a little bit. This is good. Yeah, and this is kind of, you guys, if you've been on this trail, you probably run into this thing. Some kind of doggy rules thing, or I don't know, a little shrine to some doggies, or isn't that something? That's what's weird sometimes, right? It's people tend to only love certain things, you know. Every animal, every person has feelings, right? They all hurt when they're not treated properly. And people tend to put living, breathing creatures in categories. Siblings, brothers, sons, daughters, cats, dogs, mice. None of them want to be hurt. None of them want to feel pain, emotional, physical. None of them want to be hungry or thirsty. I mean, I'm just naming things off, but we all have the same basic needs. We're all a little bit different, but the world can be a cruel place, man. Yeah, I mean, this is beautiful out here. Here's a question for you. How do you deal with people that tend to want to hurt others to make themselves feel better? You know, the type of people that, oh, I'll teach him a lesson. Okay? Lashing out, especially when people lash out at people they supposedly love. I just don't understand it. I don't understand it at all. Yeah. Don't drink the water. I'm not a gravel road kind of guy, but that's what we're stuck with right now. I'll see how far we go here. But over there, that's the airport. We've almost walked the entire length of the runway already. Oh, feeling a little bit better now. Yeah, get out there and walk it off. Don't let people make you feel like you're worthless. Don't let people make you feel that, you know. Can you believe that, you know, that you could try to get a hold of family members and they wouldn't return your texts or your calls? What's the purpose of that? Huh? Very strange. My only advice to anybody out there is don't take it personally. Don't play their hurtful game. And just continue on. Don't lash out to show you're strong. Hold back to show you're strong. As much as you want to. And you could. I hear another woodpecker. This is where we are, 13-kilometer mark on the trail here. No, I haven't walked 13 kilometers today, but I feel like I could if my legs will allow me. Some people will try and disguise who they really are too, you know what I'm saying? They'll hide behind their bank accounts and their possessions and big houses and tell everyone they're a good person because they're not a burden on society or whatever, right? But in fact, you know, it's the opposite in most cases. Nothing wrong with a good, hard-working person. But, you know what I'm saying? I think the people out there, there's people out there that know what I'm saying. Don't worship people. Don't worship false gods, you know what I'm saying? Anybody that has that kind of complex only thinks one way. It's lovely out here. Gosh, it smells nice down here. You know that smell you get when you walk down by the river in the springtime? Wow. The air is just, it smells different, it feels different. You can smell the life in it, right? It's a wonderful valley in here. This is so nice. I hope my legs feel good for a while longer. I'm getting an intense relief walking on this trail. I know there's a lot of people out there that, myself. No, no, no doggy for me. Oh, I always making videos. Yeah, I do lots of nature videos and stuff. You having a good morning?
Yeah.
Yeah, me too. I love getting out here early.
I thought it was going to be windier.
It was down there.
Yeah, it was at the start too.
So you started at that end?
Yeah.
Yeah, I started at that end. It was windy down there, but I think it's cleared up a bit now.
Oh,
Yeah. Hi, doggy. Hello. Hi. I like doggies. She don't got to worry about me. Hey.
She's not big on all dogs, but
Yeah.
if she's introduced properly, she's all right.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I don't blame dogs not to trust people and other dogs. We all know what it's about, don't we, in life?
It's nice to come out here first thing in the morning.
Absolutely. I find the best people are out the earliest.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh yeah, we're home by 8 o'clock.
Yeah, me too. I'm going to turn this off for a second, but I 100% agree. I think if you're missing the sunrise, you're really missing out. Yeah. Oh, what have we got there for tracks?
Horse, right?
Was that a horse or is that a deer?
No, I think that's a horse.
Yeah. It'd be nice to see. I'd love to see a bear. You seen any bears out here this year? Me either. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not a... I notice tracks, but I don't always know what they are. Geez, that smells good. Look at that. Can you smell that? A hay barn. That's a big hay barn. Be nice to be climbing around up in there. A lot of memories when you smell that. I remember being out on my grandparents' farm on my dad's side out in Manitoba when being a kid. It looks like they got some kind of a gross little compound for something else over there with tires and cement. But the barn's nice. Okay, enough of that. Turn it off. I've walked a lot further than I thought I would. But that's okay. Met a nice lady out here by herself too, right? It's weird how that's how it ends up, right? It seem like really nice people always end up by themselves. Why is that? Anybody got any answers on that one? And the bad ones seem to be in big groups. Kilometer 14.5. Kilometer 15. I don't know what they call this. Rivers Trail, or it's part of the Trans-Canada Trail. I don't remember. I'll figure it out later. I've walked it on and off over the past 30 years. But look at this little spot. People have come in here and... Whoa, hello. I remember you. They made like a little shrine down in here. I remember that doggy. I remember that doggy. He's just saying hello. Hope, peace. He's just saying hello. Oh, Mr. Potato Head's here. Look at all this stuff. Got some minions. I don't remember this here like this before. Look at that. Hello, Mama. I miss you. Grandma, miss you. Grandpa, miss you. What should I do? You can't talk right now? Okay, bye. Be nice to think if that worked, eh? It's those positive thoughts that count, right? Let's take a little walk through here. This is really, I don't remember any of this being here. Somebody's taking some time to expand. There used to be a few trinkets. But, this is weird in here, man. There's like a little trail. There's not much else in this part, but I guess there's probably room for expansion. Somebody's probably been working on it. Be a spooky place to come across in the middle of the night, I'll tell you. Let's go see what's over here. Wow. Well, let's continue on. Oh, look at there. Maybe that's what I need to do. Freedom. Freedom. And no rest stop for everybody. Cool. That tractor. That's cool, man. Another barn. It'd be fun to climb around up in there, wouldn't it? Be a lot of fun. Man, we've gone a ways. Have we gone too far? I don't know. Doesn't bother me. Keep using your legs, or one day they won't work. Be gentle on it, but don't. My kneecaps are starting to feel a little bit warm, you know what I'm saying? And I'm not even at the halfway point if I'm going to get back to my car, so. And there we go, I see a sign. It says Rivers Trail. Well, there you go, now we know for sure. There you go, see that? Rivers Trail. What's it say on this side? Rivers Trail, same thing. We just came from there. But I want to walk, finish it off over here. We'll go a little bit further, okay? Oh, what are they doing here? Crushing rock, I guess. I thought this used to be a composting area or something. It's more like a rock yard now. Oh, I see some composting over there. Looks like the water would come right up in here in the spring when the river's high. And we're a long ways from the river. Well, there's a sign again. Looks like we've walked the whole way of this section of the trail anyway. What's that say? I don't know. It doesn't say anything. It just says that we came from there. We got to walk all the way back. You realize that? Oh, isn't this pretty? Hey, my delicate little flowers. They're like, wow, look at that. They smell so nice. Wow. I don't know what that is. There's lots of them in there. Rivers Trail ends. Huh. Rivers Trail begins. There we go. And little things for your steaming piles for the doggies. Little bear-proof containers, throw it all in. There's more of those yellow bushes in there. And this is the road up here. That's the road back into Kamloops. Wow. I'm just going to stop for a second here. Hold on. 16-kilometer marker. And that's right in the parking lot here. It's not much of a parking lot, but I'll just show you quickly where we started from. And here's the road. Some wonderful trails up those mountains we're going to go soon too. But yeah, here's the road. Look at that. The corral over there. Not a lot of traffic today, is there? Well, I guess we should keep rolling. We got a long walk, but I'm really enjoying it. Get out there and walk your pain off, right? Might be left with a little pain in your legs, but your head won't have any more. Go walk it off. Exercise has been my savior my whole life. It's kept me out of the hospital. It's kept me out of the morgue. It kept me off drugs. Get out there and go for a nice walk or something, right? Get out in nature. You won't regret it, my friends. You will not regret it. If you stay away from it too long, you'll turn into one of those nasty people. You might. You just might. It's not worth the risk. All right? I can hear bees. Man, that smells wonderful. Wow. That smell. Oh, that smells nice. Wow. Wow. Okay. Let's start heading back. Yeah, let's head back. And again, we've got it all to ourselves except for that one lady on for quite a long time. She's long gone. I suppose I could have tried to hitchhike back. No way, we're walking. Well, I shed off the big coat and the gloves. A little bit of wind at our back, but we've walked a few kilometers back from the road now. That long straight stretch there, that itself is a whole kilometer. Doesn't look like it, but it is. It's the valley's quite wide in here. Yeah, we're definitely walking it off. I'm lucky, my legs feel okay today. You know, when you walk and it doesn't feel like you're slamming your knees or your back doesn't hurt. It just feels kind of natural. Like you're kind of, your feet feel like they're just kind of rolling. That's a feeling you want if you're going to attempt to do anything of any kind of distance. But I know I'll be feeling this later. I didn't bring any water with me. I got to start doing that. It's not like the... Sometimes it just feels nice to have a drink of water, right? Yeah. Well, let's continue. That sun's definitely higher in the sky than it was. Those sprinklers weren't going before over there. But the sky is really blue. I thought the weather was supposed to be terrible today. It's turned out really nice. Very, very nice. Few birds, woodpeckers. One lady with a dog. But I'm really glad I come out here today. Thanks for coming along. It's been a very therapeutic walk. Sometimes when I out walk and my conversation could probably come across a little bit negative depending on who's listening. But usually by the time I'm done, I'm okay, right? Gets me through another day, right? So all you gotta do is live in the moment, get through another day. And don't do it with drugs and alcohol and stuff. Do it like this. Yeah, it's okay. That's, yeah, we've only walked 1.5 kilometers from where we ended up. So 3 kilometers back to here, and I don't know how far it is back to the car, but it's not that far. We might even head down to the river for a quick look again. We'll see. This area here is like got a little bit of sand on it. This would be good barefooting. Got to keep that in mind. I think I have tried it here before. Doo-doo-doo. That smells nice. I don't know what that is. What kind of tree that is. Wow. Well, we're on our way back, of course, but there's just some distances for you. We didn't go to Cooney Bay, but we made it all the way out to the main road, and then 6.8, and then 7.3 to MacArthur Park. So Rivers Trail encompasses more than what the other side said it was the end of the trail where we were, but technically it goes further, right? It's the end of that section of trail. And we've come off the dike here, and we're on our way back right now. And I'll give you some distances here in a second. There might be a trail marker here. I'll just double check for you. Hold on a second here. Hold on a second. So we're right where that intersection is. Yeah, that says 12.5. So where we were at the road, where I was standing in the middle of the road, that was at kilometer 16. So remember that, it's quite a distance if you double it and you come back, right? That's 3.5, that's 7 kilometer round trip just to get back to this intersection here where you can, and again, if you want to get off the silly dike, I would recommend going this way. Might be slightly longer, but I've always gone this way. I think I filmed some of this on the way through the first time, but this puts you a little bit closer to the river and gives you the option of popping right down onto the sand, right? If you want to. Oh, and it gets you out of the wind. Those big trees you see in here, those are cottonwood trees. In certain times of year, the fluff blowing around is the cottonwood, right? There's a little arrow. Yeah, this is what it looks like. This is what the trail looks like, my friends. A little windier at this end. I'm getting goosebumps on my arms again. I shed a while ago. Watch for these trees in the wind coming down. See, those have come off. Those cottonwoods are quite brittle. You don't want one of those clunking you on the head, right? Or maybe you do. Okay, turn it off for a few minutes here, Barry. Okay, will you? Will you please? No. So this is where we just come out of there, from over by the dike side there. People with strollers and little kids like to stay on that dike. And I prefer a natural trail always. And it looks like you could probably get down to the water on most of these trails. But I'm not going to bother with that at the moment. We'll continue this way. My legs are getting a little bit wore out. But wouldn't you rather walk on this kind of surface than gravel? Meant for cars, basically. But if you got little kids and strollers or little kids on bicycles, it's a good trail to bicycle on, I suppose. If you like biking, you know, pretty much in a straight line the whole way, but still nice. It's got a beautiful smell down by the river here, and things green up really fast. Okay, turn it off for a few minutes here. Well, we just come out of the alternate route on the way back here to the dike, so you know, if you like more off-roady, go this way, water to the access. If you want to just stay out in the open, flat, go that way. But I wouldn't recommend doing what I did all in one shot, especially on foot, on a bike maybe. But I'm just going to check the trail marker here. I didn't bring any water, yeah, so that's 11.5. Let's see. Yeah, that's 9 kilometers I've walked just from this point to where I hit the road and back. So it's a bit of a distance, and it's kind of repetitive, mostly straight and everything, but great for a bike. You got it's a real good little meditative walk, of course, but and I'm almost back at the parking lot here. I'll check the mileage again when I get a little bit closer here. We're almost there. Yeah, a few of these benches to sit down on along here on the way. We're real close now, but this is another, again, a small alternative route. I always like taking the trails that are a little bit more like an actual trail. If I wanted to stay in a road, I'd just go walk down Hillside Drive, right? Yeah, this is all in Kamloops. It's hard to believe, isn't it? There's a lot of places if you want to get your walk or your run on or kind of thing. Yeah. And you can get right down on the sand like we were before too, right? But it's super windy today. And I would recommend bringing some water if you're going to bite off a big chunk of it like I did. And make sure you got your phone or something, right? Just in case your knee gives out or something, right? Okay, I'll give you a final send-off here in a few secs. Well, when I get back to the car, I might have a bit more than a few secs left. The distances tend to be a little bit deceiving here because they're so straight and the valley's so big. You know, sometimes it's a lot further than it looks. I'll let you know when I get there. Well, here we are, we're back at the 10K marker. And I can actually see my car. So 10K, that's 12 kilometer round trip without any detours to that point. So bring water if it's hot out, man. You know, it's tough. You know, it's long enough even on a bicycle, right? If you've got a headwind or something like that. There's lots of wind here. I got it up my back on the way back, which is a little bit better. All that sand down there gets completely covered in with water when the river comes up. This river fluctuates massively in its levels. And I don't know what that thing is. I don't know if that's something to do with the airport, I'm assuming. But anyway, let's turn this off for a second here. You can continue on here and you would eventually end up at MacArthur Island, and you know, the trail is busted up into sections, right? You can go a long ways, like it said on that sign way back there. I was thinking this sign would have a whole bunch of information on it, but not really. But this is what the parking lot looks like. They got one little washroom there, which isn't going to have a sink or anything in it. Then we're back here at the Beast, man. It's going to be nice to get in there. We'll see you in the next one. So that's a long walk. I didn't film it entirely both directions, but you should get a pretty good gist of it. Rivers Trail from the airport all the way down to where it meets the road again towards Cooney Bay. Anyway, see you in the next one.